Right now at 6, a college in southeast Kansas getting closer to completing a major expansion. Plus, want to learn how to grow your garden? We're going to head to the Joplin Empire Market for a class aimed at just that. Also, if you love kitty cats, the Neosho was the place to be for the Show Me Cats Cat Show. And switching from cats to dogs, we're going to take you to a special Easter egg hunt down in Neosho. You're watching the KOAM News at 6, and it starts right now. And thank you for joining us. I'm Chris Warner. A new athletic complex at Labette Community College in Parsons is nearing completion. The final piece of the Pathways to the Future campaign was to expand and create a true athletic complex on campus. Now, the original gym was built in the 1980s and was not big enough to accommodate all the programs and athletics that Labette offered. The gym has been renovated and work is progressing on an addition to house a number of programs for the campus.
You know, our coaches have done an amazing job in the past of recruiting students, but they come to campus and they're like, wow, my high school was nicer than this. And you know, that's not what you want to hear. We're a college and we do amazing things and are creating future leaders in the community and beyond. And we want to have the facilities to have a first-class experience for those students, just like they deserve.
Now, Forbes says they're looking forward to a building dedication this fall for that new complex. If you're looking to get into gardening, the Joplin Empire Market, they have you covered. Eric Osen, a master gardener with the University of Missouri Extension Office, is teaching a series of beginning gardening classes. Each class will cover different aspects of gardening. Throughout the series, Osen will give expert advice for anyone to learn how to grow their own food.
There's always concerns about food security and being able to, feed your family, and this is a healthy outdoor family activity. This is something that you could do with your kids, your grandkids, to spend time with them.
The classes will take place at the Webb City Farmers Market, Joplin Empire Market, and the Joplin Public Library. For more details on the classes, you can head over to our website, koamnewsnow.com. The Southwest Missouri Cat Show came to Neosho today to show off different cat breeds and teach people more about cats. About 100 cats were on display for folks to talk to breeders and find out what type of cat they may want as a pet. All types of cats were allowed, both pedigree and house cats. The event also educated folks about pedigree cats and the world of cat shows.
Just an awareness that, pedigreed cats are cool. Everybody knows if you're looking to see a Dalmatian, everybody knows what a Dalmatian is. Everyone knows what, a Shih Tzu is. But they don't know what an exotic short hair is, or maybe a Havana Brown. I mean, there's really cool pedigreed cats. And there's a lot of them here in Neosho, Missouri.
This is the second cat show in Neosho by the Cat Fanciers Association. And it was an absolutely glorious day today. Nick Kelly joining us.
Yeah, we just had to get past a cold start this morning, Chris, but plenty of sun that we're still seeing right now, even through the bit of dirty camera lens out there. This is what's made us soar into the 60s and some of us near 70 this afternoon. Nothing on the radar network right now. We're just seeing generally mostly sunny skies as this evening gets underway, but immediately off to the west, here is our next storm system, and it wants to eagerly shake things up by the time we head toward tomorrow evening and tomorrow night for sure. In the short term, though, we're dry for this evening and mild to start the evening out. Mid-60s to about 70 all across the board, and we are going to see that these numbers drop once we get past sunset, but we'll be in the upper 50s by about 10 o'clock. Eventually, Chris, I think most of us will be in the lower to middle 50s for tonight, but I've got thunderstorm chances to track tomorrow night and the Monday and more for the week ahead. We'll break down those chances and see if any could be strong to severe here in a bit.
All right, Nick, thank you. Well, Easter is next weekend, and you know what that means? Yes, Easter egg hunts. Kids of all ages will hunt eggs for prizes and candy, but what about dogs? All Dogs Dream in Neosho decided to host a dog Easter egg hunt. Dogs from small to large gathered to sniff out plastic Easter eggs with peanut butter on them. They even had a chance to win prizes like baths, nail trimmings, and more.
We always have kid Easter egg hunts. Thought it would be really cute to try it with the dogs and see how many of them actually show interest and go and hunt for them. We are putting peanut butter on the plastic eggs to try to entice the dogs to find them in the yard.
Anyone from the community was able to attend and bring their furry four-legged friend. About 300 kids gathered this morning at Lincoln Park to grab as many eggs as they could get filled with treats. Pittsburgh Parks and Recreation put on an Easter egg hunt for the entire community.
Today's just about the kids, getting them out here, getting them engaged in outdoors, and then of course the hunt. All the kids love the hunt.
There were 6 different fields participating in the egg hunts, ages ranging from 0 to 11 years. And we take this time now to honor one of our many 4-state heroes. Private First Class Claude Davis served in the Army in Vietnam. He was killed when ammo that was being unloaded exploded. His hometown, Parsons. We're proud to recognize Private First Class Claude Davis, tonight's 4-state hero. And of course, to learn more about our other heroes or to nominate one of your own, you can do that any time of day at KOAMNewsNow.com. Still ahead, the healthcare workforce is slowly returning back to pre-pandemic levels. Plus, while raising a child in the U.S. can be expensive, we'll tell you where it's even more costly out in the Far East. The healthcare workforce is slowly returning back to pre-pandemic levels. That's according to a study published Friday in the journal JAMA Health Forum. Researchers compared turnover rates between April through December 2020 and January through October of 2021. They found that rates peaked in the first part of the pandemic, but largely recovered in the second. About 1.5 million workers lost their jobs when hospitals postponed elective surgeries and clinics closed during the early stages of the pandemic. Researchers say more healthcare workers with young children left the workforce. The rate was higher among women. According to the study, the researchers were unable to address why people were quitting. Raising a child is costly in the United States, but it is generally more so in the Far East. South Korea and China top the list of countries where it is most expensive to raise a child from birth to age 18. Research by Jeffries determined rankings through percentage of per capita gross domestic product. Following South Korea and China is Italy, with the U.S. in the middle of the top 14 between Germany and Japan. Researchers say a big part of the cost in China has to do with the fact preschool services had been mostly private until recently. The study finds it takes more than $75,000 to raise a child until 18 in China. In America, there are options for lawmakers to help cut the cost of parents having children. China's government is working to make after-school tutoring more accessible, and researchers believe help for nursery and kindergarten expenses is next. Some chocolates, including Easter time treats, are being recalled over possible contamination. Kinder's Mixed Chocolate Treats basket and Kinder's Happy Moments chocolate and crispy wafer assortment have been recalled for possible salmonella contamination. Parent company Ferrero says the baskets were sold in Connecticut and Massachusetts, and Happy Moments and wafer assortments were sold in the San Francisco Bay Area and Nevada. Consumers there are advised not to eat them, and you can find refund information on the FDA website. COVID cases and deaths are decreasing across the world, and a troubling long-term health effect of the virus. Wendy Gillette has the week's top health stories.
The World Health Organization reports COVID-19 cases and deaths fell for a second straight week. On Wednesday, the group reported more than 26,000 new deaths and 9 million cases, a 16% decline from the week before. But the numbers may not tell the whole story because many countries have stopped widespread testing, so cases may be underreported. And in the U.S., some states are seeing an increased number of cases as COVID rules are pulled back. People who suffered from COVID-19 may be more susceptible to developing dangerous blood clots. Researchers in Sweden found an increased risk for a clot in the leg up to 3 months after COVID infection, and an increased risk for a lung clot up to 6 months later. The risk was highest for those with underlying conditions, and major bleeding was also a concern. And smokers are less likely to survive a heart attack than non-smokers. That's according to new research being presented at the American Physiological Society's annual meeting. Researchers found levels of a protein in the liver were significantly less in smokers. It's believed the protein could offer protection to heart tissue when it's released during a heart attack. Those are some of the week's top health stories. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, New York.
Later on the KOAM News at 6, why today is a good day to be extra kind to your siblings.
Plus, we'll end the weekend on the warm note, but we got plenty of storm chances we need to discuss. We'll do that next. Now, once we got past our downright cold start this morning, it was nice to see temperatures rebound to the territory that they were able to climb to. Thanks to mostly sunny skies all day long, we certainly had an improvement compared to yesterday's chilly day with upper 40s and lower 50s. We dropped back near 30 this morning, but thankfully made a rebound back into the upper 60s to near 70 this afternoon. Heading on down the road, though, I'm watching our first system on the board bring in thunderstorm chances Sunday evening, Sunday night into Monday morning. That could be a potential severe setup for some. Additional thunderstorm chances Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. But despite all these rain chances that will come and go throughout the course of the coming week, at the very least, we're going to keep temperatures mainly on the mild side. So no big cool downs on the way. But let's just enjoy this evening while we still can, because even as we look through the dirty camera lens, I think because of the random sprinkles we had over the past few days, still giving us a good look from the east side of Joplin. 69 in the city and that Joplin regional with the south wind at 9, humidity at 20%, so it's quite low. So we're not worried about anything threatening whatsoever as we continue through the rest of the evening. Mid 60s to lower 70s from northeast to southwest across our region because of a good south wind as well. This is currently sustained between 10 and 20 miles per hour. This was another reason why we were eager to warm up fast after a bit of a freeze this morning. But once we get past sunset, we do have to turn a bit chilly once again. We'll be near 62 by 8, mainly upper 50s after sunset. And then we're going to gravitate toward mainly the lower to middle 50s for most of the region, maybe a few upper 40s as you work closer to Stockton Lake. But thankfully, nowhere near as cold as what we dealt with this morning. Looking at the bigger picture, though, we don't have anything immediately happening across the entire four-state region. But here's the next warm front that'll push on through first. That will push us into the 70s for tomorrow. Then we'll deal with this cold front and this wave coming out of the Pacific Northwest. Both of those are going to try to ignite some thunderstorm chances as we get tomorrow evening and tomorrow night underway. But you can see how we keep it as quiet as can be. Generally mostly clear skies to start the evening out, maybe partly cloudy skies by sunrise tomorrow morning, with again most of us in the lower to middle 50s. Then, despite the skies bouncing back and forth between mostly cloudy and partly sunny, that south wind, the 15 to 25, is going to make sure that we end the weekend, our Palm Sunday, on a warm note. 54 in the morning, 71 by noon, highs near 76. And even though that south wind might be sustained at 15 to 25, can't rule out some gusts near 35 at times. So something to keep in the back of your mind if you have any outdoor plans tomorrow. At least we're dry for much of the day. But let me take you to 7 o'clock. That's when the cold front will start to work on in. Fast forward, moisture gets pulled in. We'll have to watch for some scattered supercell thunderstorms, possibly with wind and hail being the big issues. And then we'll get a good complex of rain and storms to take us into early Monday morning. So as far as how these thunderstorm chances are shaping up, we're just barely clipped Missouri 39 and east with a low severe threat, but most of us, our severe threats looking kind of minimal. But let's keep an eye on these storms between 7 o'clock tomorrow evening until maybe 3 a.m. Monday. The biggest issues on the board that I see are high wind, heavy rain, and maybe some instances of small hail if those supercells can get going as we showed you. But as far as rain goes, anywhere from 1/4 of an inch to maybe 1.5 inches, depending on how the heaviest rain sets up. But then once we get past that, I want to quickly show you this next wave by Tuesday and Wednesday. That's the one that could give us another shot for maybe strong to severe storms. Tuesday evening, Tuesday night, and then the Wednesday morning. So we're going to be busy, Doug, Michael, and I, for this coming week, keeping an eye on all these thunderstorm chances. But 76 tomorrow, mid-60s Monday, mid-60s Tuesday, and generally lower to middle 60s as we head toward the Easter holiday weekend.
Well, as soon as these spring-like temperatures get in here come the spring-like storms to go right along with them. So.
And we'll keep an eye on every single one of them, too.
Absolutely, Nick. Thank you so much. Turning to sports, it's rivalry weekend for Pitt State and Missouri Southern softball.
The Gorillas hosting the Lions for a doubleheader today. Plus, Missouri Southern football takes the field for their annual spring game. Those highlights next. Well, it's never too early to talk a little college football. The Missouri Southern Lions are coming off their best season since 2014, and today we got a little taste of what the upcoming fall might look like. Missouri Southern hits the field today for their annual spring game. A little trickery early in the first. Luke Sampson finds Ezekiel Lang for a 31-yard touchdown reception, his first of 2 touchdowns today. White team up 7-0. Now white team back in the red zone. Dawson Hurl connects with Deontay Campbell for 6. Next possession for Green here. Coleman Booker is there with the pick. He gets 2 interceptions in the game. Later, Hurl goes back to Campbell. He reels it in with one hand. What a catch. It's all white team in this one. They get the win over Green 28-3.
Dawson continues to prove that he's an MIAA quarterback. Some of the throws he's making, the other guys couldn't make and didn't make, and that's really the difference. And that's why the quarterbacks weren't live. Right now he's playing at a really high level and can go into the season and carry a team.
Missouri Southern and Pittsburgh State hit the field today for some rivalry softball action. The Lions entered the day ranked 6th in the MIAA and on a 4-game winning streak. Pitt State has home field advantage, hosting Southern for a doubleheader. In Game 1, 2 on for Leighton Withers. That one is gone. 3-run jack. Lions out in front. Later, Tristan Hinkle hits it back up the middle. RBI single scores Madison Zemansky. 3-2 Lions. Third inning, Withers takes it all the way to the wall for a double. Yasmin Vargas comes home. The next batter, Ashlyn Williams, gets her 4th homer of the year. Another 3-run shot for Southern. The Lions hang on to take Game 1 7-4. Southern stays hot in Game 2, blanking Pittsburgh State 10-0 in 5 innings. Yasmin Vargas hits a 3-run home run. Now the Lions have had 3 of those today. Kristen Wade goes 2 for 2 with 3 RBI, and that's 6 straight wins for Southern. They're 10-4 in the MIAA. Southern baseball also on the road this weekend. Tough series at 4th-ranked Central Missouri. The Lions fell in the series opener 21-6. Trying to put that behind them today, Tommy Stevenson homers in the 4th. The Lions hang on to the lead through 5.5, but ultimately they fall 3-2. Pitt State evens the series with Rogers State today, beating the Hillcats 7-5. The Gorillas took the lead in the 5th with a 5-run inning. Then Caden Fowler hit a go-ahead home run in the 7th. He finishes the day a perfect 3 for 3 with 2 RBI and 2 runs. Brett Daly also drives in 2.
Certainly, again, impressive overall softball and baseball, but it was kind of crazy. Our first story, we're already discussing football. And it's just a reminder we're that much closer to that season, and we're barely into spring.
It's wild. It was fun to be out there and see kind of an early look at the team, but we're anxious for that season. But still a lot of baseball and softball to be played.
Oh, absolutely, and a lot of great games still to come. Danny, thank you. Coming up, why you need to give your sibling some extra love.
Thank you.
Nothing like catching your breath before that beautiful shot. Well, hey, you know what? If you have a sibling, be sure to call or hug them tomorrow because it's National Siblings Day. Every April 10th marks the holiday, which is also called World Siblings Day. Family is a huge part of people's lives, and it's time to celebrate the family members that have been a huge part of your life, your siblings. Where they poke a little fun at you or encourage you, siblings are there through it all, oftentimes being your greatest motivator as well as competitor. I have one too many siblings, but I grew up with a little sister who, we had a Jerry Springer style fight once.
Okay.
And honestly, that was like the last big fight we had, though. But I mean, we were really taking each other down. Any Maury moments between you guys and siblings or anything like that?
I had like some fights with my sisters, but never that level.
It got extreme. Danny?
I've got 2 brothers. They've definitely been tough on me, but it's mostly been nice fighting.
Yeah.
Well, good. Hopefully nobody has to go through a Jerry Springer fight. Nick, we got Jerry Springer style weather coming.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't put up with too much in the way of severe weather chances, but that's something we'll keep a close eye on tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, and Monday morning. Most of the day tomorrow dry and warm, back near 76.
All right, thank you so much. That is our time for now. We'll be back here at 9 and 10, and thanks for making us part of your night.